Okay, it's finally time to start our adventure into Magmatron. And yes, I'm going to break it up into several parts because I'm running out of stuff to review and Magmatron was expensive, so I'm not going to get anything new anytime soon. So it is what it is. But let's start. So we're going to start with Skysaw. This is the pterodactyl-y, birdy kind of member of the team. Yeah, I'm going to work size up and then we'll do... I don't know if there should be 4 or 5 videos. I can do one where I combine them into the dinosaur and I can do one where they combine them into the robot. You guys let me know in the comments. I'll see how I get on, okay? But here we have Skysaw, and I kind of wish he had a pupil. I guess I could do that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Quite a long neck. Got the wings. Big peg sticking out of his tail. But he's actually really pretty. Now, for some reason in your head, you see this and you think it's going to be about like that big. You know, for some reason, just part of your head goes, oh, it's only going to be tiny. Look at it. You know, no, he's a fair size. Speedier Blur. Not Speedier Blur, sorry, A6 Blur. Buzzworthy Pterosaur, because it's the only accurate comparison I've got, really. You know, this isn't a small deluxe. You know, you do the wingspan and everything else. It's not a small deluxe. But this is his collapsed wingspan. And it's bigger, or about the same. You actually open his wingspan up. Go on, close. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And he's taller and... ball joint, hinge, hinge, hinge. I don't know if it's supposed to be straight like this. I prefer it like this. Or if it's supposed to be like that. I don't like that so much. I prefer to do that. It's a personal preference. I don't know. But, you know, he's got all the hinges. You can lay him out back for when he's flying. Big hinge forward and backward here. Rotation all the way around. Hinged wing out. And this is on a ball joint. So it can go up, it can go all the way around. I kind of wish it could go forward, but, you know, other wings the same, other legs the same. The neck. This is just one long solid piece. Doesn't move, doesn't do anything. Then there's a hinge there, which is a bit unfortunate, I guess. I think it's, well, it's mainly for the transformation, but still. And then the head itself is on a ball joint. So you can kind of do that, but it looks like he's broken his neck to do it. It'd have been nice if there was like a couple more ball joints in there, but I understand for transformation that would have been really, really awkward. The mouth opens. Maybe going that far, that's a bit unfortunate, but... you know, he's actually really cool. He's got the spark crystal as they had back in the day. Look at that, that's beautiful. And he's got these on the wings, which are little swordy dagger things, short sword kind of things, that Magmatron can use. Which the original toy had, and I'm pretty sure he did in the series and stuff, but he's got these holes. The only problem I found is this is sort of soft plastic, and lining these up can be an absolute nightmare. So you need to get one first, and then just try and line it up. The first time I put this on, they did not want... There you go. It must have gone to the right shape now. First time I put them on, did not want to go at all. So we'll get this all there, and we can bring the wings down and try and adjust the claws and try and see if we can get him into like a standing position. Like I say, this is individually probably the weakest of the 3. Okay? I'm not going to lie to you. You all know that. You all know this. You'll expect this. There you go, you can kind of get him into like a standing pose. You know, he's the weakest of the 3. He is. There's no excuse in it. But I want to try and appreciate them for what they are, because what they are is still awesome. It's Pterosaur. Actually, would it be better if I moved at the shoulder? There you go. That might be slightly better. There you are. Too many hinges, too many choices. I don't know. He is very pretty though, especially for what he is. And then you get on to the next review I'm going to do, which will be this guy. So, yeah. Let's go on to reviewing that one, shall we? So, okay, I went down to Loch Ness and I got a picture. Look what I did. I got a picture of this. It's Nessie. Look, it's Nessie. Sorry, my really terrible Scottish accent that I threw on last second because I was panicking how to open this video. Anyway, look, it is Seesaw, or as you may also call him, Marjorie Daw. God, I'm sad and lonely. Anyway, Seesaw, Marjorie Daw. Here he is, the second biggest, I think, of the Magmatron trio, and he's got some presence to him, hasn't he? Just this is one of the few ones where I kind of really wish there's a filler kit. It's a really petty thing, and I'll get more into it as we go on. But look at the size of it. Just this one's more of a brick. Okay, Skysaw had, like, you know, he was a bit spindly, but he did what he did. This one's more of a brick. There's not a lot to him. Like, these will go forward and backward. These will also go forward and backward. And they're on a ball joint. Woo! Look at them go. And other than that, it's just the neck. But look at look at all the moulding and stuff. And he's absolute beast of a thing. Have I got anything I can use for a size comparison? No, not an appropriate one, but sure. There's Studio Series 86 Blur. He's probably a Voyager just in the body. He's an absolute tank of a thing. Let's get in Speedio Blur. Just I can get this to like a modern leader class just by extending the neck up, and if I move some of these around a bit more, I can get a bit more height out of him. There you go. Look at that. It's off the screen. Look at that. Okay? He's an absolute monstrous thing. But therein comes my two smallish kind of narky complaints, and they are all the neck. I mean, the body being what it is and the limbs not moving much, that's understandable. But the neck kind of bothers me. Because it's awesome, don't get me wrong, there are hinges all over the place. But sometimes they're not exactly where you want them to be. You know? Like, look at that. Yes, he's got hinges. Look, I can get him to do this, you know. I can get him to, I don't know, can I get him to chew his back thing if it's itchy? Maybe, just about. Oh, there you go. They seem to want to fight me. I don't know if this is a common thing with everyone. It's like they want to fight me. Like, they don't want to go exactly where I want to go. They don't want to turn when I want them to turn. It's like they're slightly tight. So I could put some oil on them and make them a little bit looser, but then I'm worried the whole thing's just going to floop to the floor and I'm not going to be able to pose him at all. So I'm in this constant kind of battle to try and get him to do what I want him to do. And it's not a proper complaint. It's a very sort of like, oh God, just doesn't do what I want him to do. Oh God, look how spoiled I am. It's a terrible complaint to have, don't get me wrong, and I'm not trying to be ungrateful, because I love this thing. But it's just one of those little, you know, if I'm being honest, which I try to be on this channel. And my second little complaint is, and let me just straighten this neck out to show you all my complaints at once. You may be seeing the pattern here already. Look how hollow that neck is. Look at these giant pins. That needs a filler kit. I don't really care too much, you know. Just these gaps. I don't mind for the mushroom cap, mushroom joints. I don't care. Just these holes. That one I'm not too bothered about. And these pins especially. Because if you don't want to show the pins... Oh, sorry, there's another one back there. If you don't want to show these pins, you have to try and pose all these. You have to turn all of them around. Try and make sure they're on the opposite side to what you're showing. And sometimes it's not worth it. I'm sorry, it's sometimes just to get him into the pose you want or the mode, it's not worth reorganising the whole articulation just to do it. Then you've got this one sudden hinge in the middle here, which is a bit... I don't mind that. I don't mind that. You open his mouth. I haven't shown off his face properly. There you go. Let's just move him closer to the camera. Rah. I don't know. I'd like to side here as well, but there isn't one. The face is really nice. The mouth is quite cool, you know. It's just, like I said, there's just little things that kind of spoil him a little bit. But not, again, I'm not trying to be ungrateful, because he is awesome. Look at him. Just look at him. But it just kind of gets to me a little bit. Yeah, can I get him to sit like that? I can. And you can't see him because he's too tall again. Look. Rah. I don't know. He's more an experience than a fun figure. Because just feel him, like, you couldn't crush that with one hand if you wanted to. If you really tried, you couldn't. It's an absolute brick. And considering what this does, it's very impressive. Just, again, little filler kit. That's all, you know, just cover, even if it's just to cover these pins. But these would be nice as well. I don't know. If anyone's got one, they want to send me one. Hey, no one will. But yes, this is Seesaw Marjorie Door, or Mark Dawes. Hi, Mark. I don't know. He is a very nice figure, and I'm sorry for my impression of a Scottish person to do Nessie. It's probably not even the right part of Scotland. There are that many Scottish accents. Whatever. He's cool. I do like him. It's just, I've got to be honest for the review. And let's face it, next we're going to be reviewing the star of the set. Oh yeah, I was going to start this by singing a song by T-Rex, but off the top of my head, I don't know any. I'm a bad reviewer. Anyway, let's review the best of the Magmatron set so far. Just easily the best. Landsaw. He's a big one, isn't he? Look at this. Look at the state. I love this figure. I can't even explain to you why I love this figure. Hopefully during the review you'll pick up on it, but in words I can't tell you. He's just lovely. Just the way he feels, the plastic feels, the design, the shape, just like that's about as much articulation you get. You know, it's like ooh, 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 ooh. And the tail will go from there to there. And does it go up and down? No. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it does, but it breaks the mold. The legs have got little hydraulics and stuff, and look at that. And there's gubbins. You'll see gubbins. It's one of those. And they'll bend. They'll go like that. Although that's disconnected from there now, so it's probably not supposed to. There you go. Oh, there you go. It's supposed to bring that with it. I remember. Yeah, it's got the swivel forward and back and stuff like that, and that's disconnected itself again. There's a swivel up here at the hip, and you can bring them all the way back. Look at that. Yeah, you're giving the game away there. Look at all the robot mode gubbins. Alright, fine. But just look at him. Like, this is a double hinge, and they've even put texture on that. Come on, guys. Wish there was a little bit of white paint on here to match everywhere else, but it's fine. The face. Look, isn't he pretty? Look. Rah. Rah. Open the mouth. Open the mouth. That's as far as the mouth opens. That's really annoying. If he's supposed to bite things, he's a T-Rexy kind of thing. He's supposed to bite things. You can't even open his mouth. What's the point in that? That's quite irritating. When I first transformed him, because he comes as Magmatron in the box, he came. Where am I? Like that. So I couldn't. I'm like, what's going on there? This doesn't look very good. What's going on? Yeah, there's actually this piece here. And you fold it all the way out. It fills in the neck. And then the mouth opens slightly more. Ever so slightly. Got these little T-Rexy arms on ball joints. He goes, hi. Hiya. My name's Dennis and I work in accounting. Anyway, don't know where that came from. He's got, there you go. This whole piece here is robot mode spare gubbins. So it does come off and it does turn into something stupid, but it is what it is. And he's got a hole there, so if anyone wants to be rude, they can be rude. I'm not going to, because I don't care. He's got the sword molded here, which is in a soft plastic. I kind of, again, if someone's got an upgrade kit where they make this out of a solid plastic, because even getting this out, because it's so soft, is an absolute nightmare. It's like, you try and get it out without bending it all shapes. Like, this is me legitimately trying to get it out. Come on. And I feel like I'm going to break it. Now I'm going to put it back in, because, you know, because I'm stupid. Go back in, there you go. But he's absolutely gorgeous. All my complaints aside, everything I'm saying that could be taken as a bad thing about him, ignore it. Because I absolutely adore him. Like, without question. There's 86 Blur. There's Speedier Blur. He's an absolute monstrous thing. Like I say, I can't explain it. Just something about this figure. Of the three of them, just this one on his own. Something about him, just holding him. And I'm just like, I love this figure. And if you couldn't tell, he becomes sort of like the legs and some of the body of Magmatron. So I was taking him off my shelf this morning, my quite high shelf, to keep him out of children's hands. And I picked him up by the legs. As soon as I picked him up, I was like, oh, God, this feels amazing. Just this plastic, the quality, something about it just feels amazing. And I love him. Honestly, I can't explain it. Maybe you guys can. Just something about it. I didn't think I was a very tactile person, you know what I mean? But years of dealing with like KOs and Sertoys and stuff like that, you start to feel the different types of plastic, and this is good plastic. Has he got a little scratch on his eye, or is that supposed to be a pupil? That's a little scratch. Huh. Don't care. So I'm going to bring in his friends so we get a full group shot. So we'll put them there. Make them look like a really awkward 90s rap band or something. I should get more over there for that. There you go. Yeah, because we're the Beastie Boys. Did you see what I did with that? I don't know. They're cool. They are. This is just... And the fact that these combine into a dinosaur themselves... And obviously they have to do the robot because otherwise they're not Transformers and that's stupid. But do you want to see the dinosaur on its own, or do you want to see just straight into the robot mode and the dinosaur mode in one video? It's up to you guys. What do you want to see? Let me know and I'll see what I can do. But absolutely love these guys. Honestly, so cool. I got them from Amazon. Amazon, it's £80. But they're doing a deal where you can pay for 5 months, £16 a month, which it's worth it. Because most of us wouldn't notice £16 a month disappearing. Although the government's going to make that much more noticeable soon, but let's not make this political. Okay, I thought I could space that over 2 videos, but no, you guys asked, so you're going to get it. We're going to have both the combined forms, and obviously we're going to start with the combined dinosaur, Magmasaurus. Yeah, so he doesn't really do much. He goes out of the way. He doesn't really do much. He goes out of the way. The star of the show for this one is this little fella. And this is why he's such an absolute brick. Let's try and get the camera a bit better. Right. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and get this tail up. Okay. We're going to get this whole section here, which is on a hinge there. Disconnect that. Go on. And now we're just going to pull this whole thing, come on, in half. See how it fits together like this? All lovely. Separate the whole thing. This, we need to, what do we do? fold these. Right. Fold this underneath, I believe. Fold that flat. Fold that flat. Put it over there. This bit, yay! Now this is, we're basically going to do mostly what we're going to do for the robot mode. So I'm probably going to go straight from the combined dinosaur to the robot mode. So if you're wondering how this works, just stick to this bit, okay? So we're going to rotate. We've got a big double hinge piece here. We're going to hinge it enough to get this out. Bring these out a little bit if I need to. And we get this on its own black hinge there. Rotate it to there. Then we need to rotate it, I think. Which way does it go? That way? And this is actually a slider. You can see better if I do this. There's a sliding piece in there. So slide this into the middle, drop that into there. Okay? You need to get these pieces and disconnect them, fold them out. Disconnect them, fold them out. Now, you don't need a PhD to know that this is an arm. Okay? And so is that. They actually tab into slots there, so there's a little tab here, slot there. Send them all the way out and down, okay? They also tab in there as well, so you might want to untab that. So let me undo that tab for you, see there? Untab. Undo this tab, straighten it all the way out. This arm is backwards to that one, but I don't know which way around they're going to go yet. We'll work that out in a minute, so who cares? Now, normally for the robot mode, you'd fold this all the way through, over the double hinge, blah, blah, but we're not going to do that now, because we're not doing the robot mode. No. This is going to get messy. Let me bring the camera back a little bit more, raise it up a little bit. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to get these, see this black double hinge here? You need to get these pieces moved, and they aren't the easiest bits to move, although they're showing me up now. You can get these around here somewhere so they're loose, okay? This needs to go, well, we'll sort that out in a minute. A lot of this I don't know 100% how it goes, but when I get it in place I'll know where it goes, so we'll work by touch, okay? These pieces, which you don't need for the robot mode, are specifically for this mode, so we're going to rotate these out. And this little triangle tab there, can you see that little triangle tab there? It's going into that slot there. They're not the greatest connections in the world, and you may need to rework this doubled hinge to get them to line up. There we go. Get that tabbed into there. And on this side, they're not the most fantastic connections in the world, but they do. Okay? And see, I'm never sure which way around these arms go, but we're going to try it this way. If we need to adjust them, we need to adjust them. We're going to open up the hands like that. We'll turn that one around, open up the hands like that. There we go. And for some reason, I'm getting flashbacks to the Great Space Dragon of Guy King. Anyway, right. Now we're going to bring in the completely unchanged Magmasaurus. Now these are going to start connecting. Okay. Where am I? This is the bit people say is rude. There's a hole there, and there's this thing. This thing just needs to sort of slot into it. But I'm not sure if I need to kink the joint like that or something. But whatever. We'll see how we go. I don't think I do, you know. Whatever. Right. There's this big piece sticking out the tail. And these go into these little connections here. So you need to line that up. So these go like that. And there's this that I forgot to fold out. There we go. And this will grab hold of this piece on the tail there. So you put that thing in there, you line those up, and you bring this up, and that grabs onto the end of the tail. It will grab onto the end of the tail. Come on, don't fight with me now. There we go. Get that in there. That's tucked in there. And these pieces, with these pegs, actually go into these little holes there. So you fold them over with the double hinges, tab them in. And sometimes they only like to go in if the other side's in and stuff like that, so they're a little bit finicky, but that one's definitely gone in. Has this one definitely gone in? No, but now it has. Now those are in place, okay? Sort out the back leg a little bit. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure which way around the back legs are supposed to go, but we're here so far, okay? Now we get this piece, and with all this at the front, you basically just bring it around, and it connects these slots, go back onto there, and I think this tab goes onto there. There's a few ways it just lines up. If you get these back things lined up, make sure that's open, get these lined up, come on. Why are you not lining up there? And that big tab goes into there, fan-dappy dozy. Okay, and then this comes over and goes back where it goes for the beast mode and locks that whole back end together. That you can fold over out of the way, whichever way you want. Okay. Now we get this one. And what we do with this one is we fold his wings so they're pointing the wrong way. We bring him upside down. And we lift up this little panel here. Okay, let's see if I can get this so you can see. Raise up the camera, tilt it down, okay. So it's going to go in, and it's going to drop on like that. Let me bring these wings up a bit. So this tab is going to go into a slot there. There's a little hole there for that peg there, and then this piece has got like a grip that will grab onto the neck. Possibly that. So we try and line all this up, and it's not... there's grips in here, sorry, that go onto this bit on the neck. So we line it all up and we drop it in, and there you go. At which point you move the legs out of the way, drop that flat, and there's this little connection which has got like a little weird groove in that goes onto this tab sticking out here. If you can get it to go on. Come on. Why are you at a weird angle now? There you go. That's a bit better. There you go. Okay. Things are wriggling and losing clearance and whatnot. Okay. And you're supposed to just drop the head back flat into there. And that's how it's supposed to be. And it's still huge. And let me bring back the camera even more. There it is. These things, I don't know what you're supposed to do with them. I don't know if they're supposed to be like an official. I don't know if you're supposed to fold them back, but I just sort of put them along the side. It's alright, no problem. Doesn't matter. He's got his wings, claws and stuff. Got the big tail, mouth, and T-Rex at the front, or Carnosaurus, or wherever it's supposed to be. And just look at the absolute monstrous nature of it. And if you're more accurate to the cartoon, this one can also fold up and go, ah, in pain. It's really, 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 really stupid. It's really, really, really stupid. Really stupid. Like, there are no explanations for how stupid this thing is. But at the same time, I absolutely love it. Let's bring in Steel Series 86 Blur, because it's a fair size comparison, honest. Speedier Blur. Look at the state of this thing. Can you imagine running into this thing? You're like an average size Transformer and you just run into this thing. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna, no. It's absolutely ludicrous. Like, look at, just. It's absolutely stupid. Like, ridiculous. But this is the throwaway mode, boys and girls. This is the jokey, ha-ha, funny mode. This isn't even the robot mode yet. Yes. So, let's sort this out. I'm going to move this a bit closer because I'm just going to be disassembling these. So, lift this off. Take him off. Come on. Let go. Let go. Let go. Right there. Take him off. Take that down. Pop this off the top. And then try and disconnect this from the tail, which is the hardest. Oh no, undo these. Whoa, I could have done some damage if I hadn't undone these pegs. Whoa, I'm an idiot. It's me rushing. There you go. Sorry. I am not rushing. Anyway, and take that off, and take that off. Bingo bango. Okay. I'll tell you what, as it's mostly there, we'll start with Seasaurus margaritoris. Right, so this base piece, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up this giant connector there, fold these up there, and that's it. That's a shield. I don't like this, we'll talk more about it in the rote mode, but the original did it, so there's the excuse. So that can go over there. We'll get the mess that he is now. And fold these pieces back where they go. Fold these pieces back underneath where they go. Get this, fold it up on the back. Fold this back underneath. That's the bit I forgot before. Fold these back inside. Fold these. Come on. Back inside. Then these fold. Right, let's get these arms and rotate them down. Down. Turn them around. Sort the. Come on. Sort the hands out. There we go. Rotate it. Come on. Rotate it around. Sort the hands out. There we go. Now we're going to rotate these pieces on the back here with the giant tabs for the combined dinosaur mode. Fold those all the way down. And then we're going to use the big double hinge from dinosaur mode. Fold this and they kind of go into these slots here. It's not as tight as I would like. Okay? I wish they went in a little better. But they do go in and they do lock and it's fine. Then we fold this up on the back here. And then we start the really awkward thing of trying to fold this around and get it all hinged nicely in a certain way so that this can end up with this head with that hole there going onto this peg, and it's not that easy to do. Something like that. Okay, and before you say anything, yes, this is easy to do in the combined rote mode, but I'm just showing you how it's supposed to be, okay? Okay, so that's that piece. We can get, might as well do this one while we're here. We'll put his wings back the way they should be. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get the legs and fold them as they go. Like that. Up. Like that. We need these big tabs here at the front. And then we're going to get the entire neck piece on a hinge all the way back here. Rotate all of this down. Fold this back up. And so far we're looking at that. Okay. Dramatic head reveal, not so dramatic. Sorry. This is a lot, okay? This is why I wanted to do them separately. But no, you all had your words, didn't you? No, you thought you knew better. Right. I'm not going to worry about the weapon so much. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. And I hate doing this. And I was going to try and straighten it before the video. And you know what? I thought you might as well see. This thing is... it seems to be behaving today, but it's usually bent all shapes. So that's the sword. We're then going to try and lift up the tail a little bit. Move these legs out of the way. I need to disconnect. This hooks all the way up here. See a little hole there? On both sides, it goes around and it fills in this whole piece. It folds all the way down and around. And it's connected back here, which we need to get out. So you get this whole piece, which is like a giant piece of the undercarriage of the dinosaur mode. Without it, it looks like that. Which, in many Transformers series, they've tried to get away with before. But, you know, this... I might as well do this while we're here. This just collapses up into one lump. So we need to fold this up here. Make sure it tabs in. Rotate down the handle. Collapse on this double hinged piece here to there. And this is the worst part of this whole thing. The whole thing. These pieces need to fold in. And you think, okay, fold... Oh, will they hit? Is that where they go? No, they need to go into these gaps here. So what you have to do is push this down to allow those to go past. And it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like that's how it should work. You rotate this down, hold this out of the way for that to go past, and then this all collapses up onto there. And then you get the sword bit, and it goes in there. And that is his sword with a little spark crystal. Look at that. Now, apparently you're supposed to be able to do that and use it as a gun. Yeah, possibly take that off. But I found he doesn't hold that very well. We'll test it again. We'll test it again. We'll see how it happens. It's fine. But that's wrong way around. And we'll put that over there. We'll continue with this one, which is still the prettiest, still the best, still, I don't care, I still love it. Right, we might as well do the legs, because the legs are probably the most beautiful part of this whole thing. And again, we're going to straighten them all out. This piece is untabbed, that's fine. We're going to straighten this out, everything's fine. When you get this piece here, we're going to flip it out, bring it all the way around, and there's a giant hole there for this notch. So we put that onto there. Then these come all the way out, and these two pegs go into little holes there. Like honestly, look at that. Like, look at this. Beautiful. I'm going to rotate this piece under it. That's the thing. I'm worried about all these combinations and stuff making me sound like I'm fed up with this figure, and I love it, trust me. Fold out this giant heel piece, but then fold out this even more heel piece from underneath. And then you get these little black bits that you need to fold around, and they go between the toes because the original had them. And that's a leg. Okay, so let's do that a little bit faster on this side. So get that out of the way, rotate this out, get it over that notch. Come on. Brings down, peg it into there. Flip this out, flip that out. Rotate these through. Get them into place. Legs done. Yay! Get into about there, I think it is. Okay. Where's all separating? Okay. Alright, okay. We good? We good? Everyone here still? Yeah, right, great. Do you want to go and get some snacks? No? Alright, okay. Close the mouth up. Rotate this piece into the throat. You get these pieces, and on the hinges here, we're going to unpeg them from the body. Come on. Rotate them down. Unpeg from the body. Rotate it down. Forgot a bit. There's a little peg there, little hole there, so we rotate this around and peg it in. Now this just having them loose. No, they've got a place to go, and that's where they go. Okay, rotate those down. Okay, lift up this little panel here and rotate all this to, like he's getting really curious and going, oh. Get that there. So there's this big hollow bit at the back and all this gubbins at the front. Rotate this panel down, which bring that with it. Leave it about there. That piece will move on its own. It's fine. It's about there somewhere. I'm getting tired now, yeah. I need to separate this piece. Fold them out. They are separate pieces. Then rotate them up and they peg onto there. There's this little nubbin peg there that goes into the hole. Okay. And that, if you move everything out of the way, should allow this double hinge to come up and lock into the waist. And you just drop the tail down, drop all the panels down, drop those down as like little hip pieces. Okay. I think we're ready for combination. Oh, you know what? This is getting big. I'm getting tired. Right. So I guess we need to do this one first. So we're going to bring him round, and where am I? There's big tab, weird angle, big tab there in the middle. See that? That goes into slot here, and there are slots here where my finger is, which these little heel pieces go into. So it's more just trying to get things out of the way and line things up. So we're going to try and slide that body piece in. We're going to try and get these heel pieces in. Drop these claws down. Get that heel piece in. Drop the claw down. Get these ears up out of the way. Let's rotate these down. Not that you can see that, but it's fine. Bring this up into place. Drop this down onto the body. Everything into place. That's better. Okay. Okay. Oh, my foot's gone to sleep. That's horrible. Right. Now we bring these up. And they've got hole there for this notch. These clips go into these little hole bits on the side. These little notches go into little holes on the sides there. You can see those. And these clips go into these pieces here. It does all clip together really well. Let's just get these arms so definitely out of the way. Bring it around. Try and line it up. Oh. You should be going in. You should go in. Should all go in together. Clip in. Everything locks in nice and solid. Drop these wings down a bit. And rotate them around so you can see the full combined glory. There is Magmatron. There he is. Let's sort this camera out a little bit for you. There you go. Look at the absolute majesty of him. Just look at him. Just 1, 2, 3 heads. Robot mode head. You know, the big silly wings, the ears, the legs are just spectacular. Do I kind of wish they had like the little gold trim, like this piece? Kinda. Could I do it myself? I guess. Am I going to? No. Absolutely stunning. Just look at him. Tail still wags. Still moves around a little bit if you move the panels around a bit. This is a bit of a lump, but it's fine. The head will turn. You have to move the wings and stuff out of the way. But yeah, it does turn. Yeah, and you know what? Let's have a nice close-up of it. Look at that mug. That is spectacular. I'm here too, guys. Got something in my throat. Ugh. Anyway, it's my attempt at humour. Sorry. Now, the slight downsides. I say slight downsides. The original had them, so, you know, you can't complain too much. Let's bring in the spare kibble. The shield, which is half the plesiosaur or whatever it is. And the sword, which is a chunk of the Carnosaurus or whatever it is. But you can hold it. There's a peg here and a hole there. Sort his hands out. Which have a moving thumb. Look how pretty that is. Not that I've ever really gotten any use out of it, but you get that, you put it in. And he's got his sword. And look how bent that is. Look how weird it is. It looks worse in person, trust me. He's got his sword. And the shield, if you turn this arm around, sort the hand out, there are these little grooves. Only on this arm, so he's definitely got to use it on the left arm. This groove, this hole. You line up these clips and that hole. So we get that lined up, and come on, don't fight me. There you go. Now he's got a big shield. And I kind of wish there was a place to store the weapons. Like the shield, there's nowhere to put the shield. There's nowhere at all. The sword, if you want, you can kind of just sort of tuck into that and just sort of leave it there. You can kind of hide it a little bit. But whatever. This guy is much more of a spectacle than he is a toy. Let's be fair. And I absolutely adore him. Like I can't express how fun and brilliant and stupid this thing is. Size comparison, well, Speedia, no, 8.6 Blur. Speedia Blur. Yeah. Now, I think that might not be disco enough for you, so I did bring another comparison for today. So let's move him over a little bit to here. And bring in... Come on, straighten yourself out. Power the Prime's Rodimus Unicronus. Come on, tripod. So he's a fair bit bigger. You might not think that, you know, he's quite chunky, blah, 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 shoulders are up here. but the head stops around his, head crest. And he weighs that much. He weighs that much. He's like twice as heavy. He does a lot more. And just, I love this thing. I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. I know it's a niche thing. I know it is. And I'm not going to tell you to buy it. I'm not going to suggest you buy it, okay? If you're not 100% sold on this thing, don't buy it. There's going to be enough things that are going to annoy you. Like this shield. I don't like the shield. I think it's stupid. I wish there was a place to hide it. As far as I know, at least, there isn't. The sword. Stupid. Don't really like it. You can't use it as a gun. I'm not even going to bother showing you. You can't, because the peg is like a staged peg. And only the tallest piece will fit in the hand. So if you turn it around, you only get a smaller piece, and it won't fit. So there's no point. He came with all these stupid purple glowy blast effect things, which I've never taken out of the packaging, because I don't want them. I had to undo a load of them to get the sword out. That's it. So if you're not going to love this guy, don't buy him. I'm telling you now, he might not be worth the money to you. But if you love him, if you think he's stupid and he's silly and he's fantastic because of all of those things, and you need him in your life just to make you happy, just for how absolutely ludicrous and ridiculous and stupid and, you know what, joyful this absolute mess of a thing is, then buy him. By all means. Amazon, £80, 5 monthly payments of £16. That's what we're doing. And he's easily worth. This might be my birthday and Christmas, but I don't care. I'm good. Look at him. Spark crystal in the shoulder, spark crystal in the sword. He's got all three. Just, love him to bits. I do. I'm going to stop talking because I've been here like half an hour and I've gone through a lot of transformations and I am tired. So, let's move back so I don't hit him. I should wretch it, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Toodle pip, everybody. And you brought this long review on yourselves. It's not my fault. Bye-bye.